All right. Good afternoon, good morning, everyone, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to July 2025. I feel like we just did one of these, but it was a whole 30 days ago, believe that or not. Welcome to our monthly customer webinar. We've got a great webinar for you today. As always, we're going to be going through feature releases. We're going to be talking about Asana AI Studio, showing you how you can use it more in your space. And so, got some great content for you today. Let's get going. If you're watching for the first time or you're watching back on YouTube, my name is Marquis Murray. I am the CEO of Surface, and we are Asana partners. And so we host these every single month for our customers to help them get the most out of their Asana investment. And today we have a special guest. We have Maggie Falardeau. She is our strategic solutions engineer here at Surface, who's going to be doing a bit of a demo for us today on AI Studio. And again, how you can implement that in your day-to-day to get the most out of your Asana investment. If you're curious about AI, we've got lots of use cases for you, lots of ways for you to test it out. We're running demos for our customers and anyone curious as well. And if you are wanting to test it out, but not wanting to commit to paying for it just yet, there is a free version available on all levels of Asana right now. So you can dig in and try this out for yourself without committing to anything long term. But we'll be talking through more of that as we get on here. As far as the agenda goes, we've got some updates. We're going to be on tour in a couple of weeks in Toronto. So we want to make you aware of that. We've got some more events coming up in the coming little bit. And then we're going to be going through some new feature updates that our team is prescribing. So sharing custom fields, multi-metric charts. Zoom is now integrated with Asana in a new way, and some other changes. And then again, we'll get to our demo today. We're going to be looking at AI ticketing systems with an AI Studio, a very hot topic with a lot of our customers these days. So again, if you got a question, we are on a webinar. Feel free to raise your hand. We can bring you up on the stage, or you can use the Q&A that's available to you to ask that question at any point throughout the webinar if one does come up. If you are joining us for the first time, don't feel any pressure here, but if you've been with us for a while and have enjoyed working with our team and enjoyed the solutions that we have implemented for your team and, can say, yes, Surface has helped us improve our way of working, we would love to get a 5-star review from you on our partner directory. You can scan the QR code on the screen, go to our partner directory, leave a 5-star review for us. If you're just testing us out and you're curious, who is Surface? What do they do? Same thing. Feel free to navigate to the customer directory to see what others have had to say. And as always, any information that doesn't make sense today, or you have questions about your account or management or licenses or anything to that effect, you can go to our website, surface.com, and click on the Help Center and search our extensive library of resources. We are working on an on-demand training video series as well, so you can expect to see that in the coming weeks. We're really excited to finally be launching this, and so you'll be able to find that online as well. As mentioned, we're going to be going on tour. Asana does these events all over the world periodically, where teams organizations, forgive me, will meet in a central location within that city. And we just spend the entire day talking Asana, doing live workshops where we're displaying and teaching as we go. So if you're interested and you're anywhere within driving distance of Toronto, seating is limited. We've got about 100 spots. Invites are going out tomorrow, I believe. But we wanted to give you all early access to this. So if you're interested, you're in the Toronto area, you want to attend, please drop a comment or in the Q&A, send us an email, let us know you're interested. And when the registration opens, we will send that to you ahead of the global emails or the local emails going out. So we're excited about that. September 4th in Toronto, we're going to be talking about how to build cross-functional workflows. We're going to be teaching you the basics of AI Studio. We're going to be doing an entire build session where we're going to be like breaking and walking around and helping you like it's school. So we're really excited to be there and support you all in person. So make sure you register. Coming up in September, we've got Asanathon. This is 2025. This will be our third year, I believe, running Asanathon. It's a virtual Asana conference where we have different speakers on the topic of Asana. Last year, we spoke about, AI as it was just like emerging in coming into like work management tools. But there's so much more that we've learned and has happened over the course of a year. And so we'll be having different vendors come in to talk about different AI solutions. We're going to have expert panel to talk about AI in the workplace. And we have a really exciting guest speaker who's going to be coming in as our keynote as well. So more information to come as it's released. So let's get into the new features that our team is prescribing. We've got 3 of them today, some notable changes, and then I'm going to do a quick demo for you as well. So first thing I want to highlight is that now when it comes to custom field sharing and permissions, you can now share custom fields with teams. So in one of our previous updates, I think 2 months ago, we released increased security for a custom field. So you could lock them down and you could say to specific individuals, you can give them edit access, view access, or like use access, edit access, or field admin access. And so in this case, rather than sharing it with individuals, you can share the management or the usage of these fields with teams specifically. As we know, our teams grow over time. Custom fields and our libraries are growing, and it becomes harder to manage them. And so now we can give permission to sets of teams to edit, govern, use, or not see at all specific custom fields. And so this will be rolling out slowly over the coming weeks. And so be on the lookout for that. This is available on Starter and up. And so just some things to note. Guests can only be assigned the user access. They cannot edit. They cannot be a field admin. So keep that in mind. People must have access to the project to see that field. So it will be added in. You can share the field with multiple teams and individuals. So when you get to testing, try it out for yourself. And if someone leaves a team, they'll lose access to the team access, of course. Access can be updated or removed at any time from the field settings. And so if you're not sure how to get to your field settings, let us know. We're happy to help you out. Or that can be a good Q&A that I can show you towards the end of the session. The second update we are prescribing is multi-metric charts. Can't say too much right now, but Asana is getting an overhaul when it comes to resource management. You've probably seen some changes coming to the platform. You may have seen things like timesheets, in and out as we're testing some different things. The reporting at Asana is about to get a whole lot better. I promise you, I've seen it. And this is one step towards that with multi-metric charts here. So when you go in, whether you select a line, a bar chart, or a lollipop chart, you can now select up to 4 different metrics to compare in one space. Actuals versus estimates, budgets versus spent versus what's remaining, right? And so this is a huge step. A lot of customers have been asking for this for a long time. It is live right now. So if you haven't seen it yet, you would go in, build your chart. Under the y-axis, you'll see add metric, and you can add up to 4 different metrics or custom fields, roll-ups, and any formula functions you have created. And it's available for people on the advanced plan and up as well. So I'm really excited for this one. So again, comparing estimated to actuals, tracking budgets, monitoring completion rates alongside metrics. So no longer do we have to flip back and forth between charts to get this data. It's all in one place now. All right, the third notable change that we want to share, it's still coming soon. You may have seen it on LinkedIn. This was a big deal because Zoom is a massive global company. changed the world in 2020, improved how we communicate. And they have selected a short list of partners to create this deep integration with. And so previously, we could always, integrate with Zoom. We could have our task list up in Zoom, but now they've taken it a step further where when you connect a project and, meetings. So if you have a recurring one-on-one meeting, let's say with leadership or with, someone that reports to you, you can have it so that when the transcript is ready from that call, you can create tasks using AI Studio in the platform, right? And you can have it look at specific meetings, a series of meetings, and it will automatically create those action items inside of Asana for you in your required project. And so, huge step forward. Asana was fortunate enough to be on that short list of vendors that is exploring this deep integration, and so we'll be seeing that coming in the next couple of months as well. So that is it for our big updates. I've got a few ones that I just want to rhyme off quickly here for you. Previously, BI tools like Tableau and Power BI were only available to access on the enterprise plan. They're now available on the advanced and up, where you can take information out of Asana. You can fully export data from portfolios, tasks, subtasks, and custom fields to manipulate the data and display it in the way that makes sense for your team. Asana reporting is great. We're seeing the functionality improve, but we still have a lot of teams that prefer more robust BI tools. And so this change allows us to display the data we need in the places that we need it. Number two, notable new update is manual triggers for portfolio rules. So again, available on advanced and up. If you're on starter and you want to go to advanced because you're seeing all these cool new features, let us know. We can help facilitate that change from starter to advanced. But when you are testing rules now in the portfolio, rather than having to make the conditions, meet the condition requirements for that rule, you can simply right click on the project within your portfolio and run that manual rule like you can do at the project level when you're running tasks and testing rules as you make changes to your rules within a project. So a nice new update there. And then this third one, I'm actually going to demo for you really quickly because I think it's going to help a lot of folks. It's around AI Studio. Again, available on advanced and up, but now you can use really natural language to describe the AI powered rule that you want to build. And then Asana will build it out for you. So I'm going to switch over to our demo project here. And so for this example, I'm going to go to our customize section. I'm going to go into our rules. I'm going to add a rule and I'm just going to start down here. And when you click on create, you'll notice if it's in your space, you'll see the little early access there. And so I'm just going to, tell it what I want it to do. So for this example, I'm going to say when an approval task is changed to changes requested, outline, let me create a subtask and outline the changes needed in the description of the subtask. All right, so I'm gonna press create and it's thinking when, it's checking if, and it's going to do this. So it's actually building the logic for me right now. So here we have it. It says when approval status is changed, we want to check if the approval status is changes requested. And then we want to create a subtask. And so let's go see. When we create that subtask, make requested changes. There we go. I actually don't like that. What I was hoping and expecting it would do is just use the AI variable. So I'm actually just going to change it. And same thing for the description. I'm just going to go in and change it to use AI. So there's our rule. Let's go and see here. That didn't work as I was expecting it to, which is why we prep for demos. Let me just see what it's going to pull up this time around. That's what I was expecting. There we go. So it's automatically populated the instructions for me. You are helping to manage the approval process, workflows, sorry, for AI Studio. When the approval task has moved to changes requested, you need to create a subtask that outlines what changes are needed, and so on and so forth. So it's given me the instructions already. I didn't have to think about the ideal way to prompt this. I don't have to be a prompt engineer or a context engineer. Let's see what model it's given us. Claude 4. Okay. I would have gone with something smaller, but that's okay. So this has done the work for us, right? It's pulled in the relevant project and it's given us the task name. Again, I'm just going to change this because I want it to rename it to whatever it wants. So let's go and publish that rule for a minute. And I'm going to create a task 2 for approval. I'm going to change this to an approval task. And I'm just going to give some feedback. I don't like this background. The colors are too bright, and the font doesn't work for me. Please change them. Really great feedback here. So actionable, so descriptive. Let's comment that right there. And then we would go and we would say, I want to request changes on this. And so the rule is running right now. Okay. I'm going to do a quick refresh because the AI is thinking. There we go. So we've got a comment from me, and there we have a subtask. There we go. So it's created a subtask called update background and font based on approval. Let's show the reasoning. Looking at the approval task, I can see Marquis has requested changes for their comments. They specifically mentioned issues with the background and so on. Great. Thanks so much, AI. So then we can go into our subtask here. And what it's done is it says, based on the approval feedback from Marquis below, we want to make background changes and we want to make font changes, right? And so really cool use case. We can now just talk to Asana and say, hey, I want to do this, and it will just kind of do it for us. So great way for you to test it out. If you're new to AI, not sure how to prompt or what that even looks like, try this out. Asana is making it really approachable and attainable for anyone to adopt this in their organization. So let's go back over there. That was our third and final notable update here. We are going to hand it over at this point to our strategic solutions engineer, Maggie Falardeau, and she's going to walk us through a really comprehensive AI ticketing system. So Maggie, I'll hand it off to you.
Thank you, Marquis, and I'm really glad to be part of this webinar. My name is Maggie Falardeau. Thanks, Marquis. You did it well. You said my last name super good. So I'm a solution engineer for Surface, and I will go into a process of ticketing today. The reason why I wanted to share with you the process is because many of our clients face similar challenges when it comes to managing requests efficiently. And we see often problem like in the other slide here, requests that get scattered across email and Slack. So urgent issue are just slipping through the cracks. We can also see manual triage and field entry waste time and delay first responses. The third issue that we see often is also that the tickets land on the wrong owner and carry no clear priorities, stalling the work and hurting SLAs. And the other one could also be the status update. So the status update depends on the human typing comments, leaving stakeholders in the dark. So the last one, and not the least, is obviously the incompleted data that makes it tough to spot recurring problems and plan proactive fixes. So today I'm gonna walk through a process that I created using AI. And the rules that I chose was the ticket classification, the quality control, and the summarizing attachment. So I'll just share my screen and let's go to the demo. Great. So as you can see here, I created this project. The name of the project is Purchasing, Ticketing, and SLA. And I have a couple of different sections. The first section is when a new purchasing request enters, so it will create a task. And I'm using the form here to create this new request. So as you probably already know, the form can be sent to anybody that want to submit a request, and the request will follow different steps. So it will go from a new purchasing request to need more info, AI quality checkpoint, in progress, and it will be processed by James in here. Awaiting supplier info or approval. Then if the request is resolved, it's going to go into this section. And if the SLA, if actually the request is overdue, the task will automatically will go in the SLA alert section. The last section of this project will be to convert into a project if needed. So let's start with the first action. So the first action is usually to create a new request. So you're purchasing an item and you will send this new request. In this case, I created this custom form. So the question that the form is asking is, what is your name? It will automatically select the email because I'm in the organization. So it will identify the email that I'm using. So right now my name is Alan, but my real name is Maggie, don't worry. Then it will describe your request. So it asks you to describe your request. And I just did a little description. So you will see that the AI will be able to identify that there's not enough information for the request to go forward in the other step. So I just ask request, it's the sales team needs a new printer for printing contracts and sales document. I choose the level of priority. So in this case, I choose high. And you will also see that if I choose high, medium, or low, the time that the standard time for the request to be processed is different. Then it asks if any other related project are applicable for this request. In this case, no, the desired solution date, and also an attachment. So I just added a technical specification example here. Then I sent my request. And you're gonna see real quick that my request is now in the first section. I'm not touching anything else because right now the AI is thinking. So the AI right now is going through the request and he's looking at the description of the request and he's gonna indicate what is the ticket type. The other thing that he will also indicate will be if it's high, so how long does it takes, and the time will be changed when it goes into in progress because I want the time to start in progress section. So as you can see here, the ticket type just changes. So I can open my task and I will go down a little bit. And now I can see a lot of different things. The first thing that I want to know is the reasoning. So I want to know why the AI selected the ticket type, which is purchase order. So here you can see that looking at the task description, I can find all the necessary information to determine the ticket type, so the request state, and explain why it shows the purchase order. The other thing that I ask the AI to do is to summarize the attachment and compare the attachment if there is more than one attachment. In this case, there was just only one attachment. So it's the printer technical specification. So the AI here will say what is the summary of the attachment. So you don't have to click into the attachment or open it to know what is in it. So you can see the key specification, the included accessory, the dimension, etc., etc. So the last thing that I also asked the AI to do is validate if all the required information is provided. And as I said earlier, I did not write a lot of information. So that's why the AI is asking to the requester, so Alan, in this case is me, 3 questions. So the question the AI is asking is to improve the information that I provide and making sure I'm going to go into in progress only when the right information will be added to the task. So the question the AI is asking is how many printers does the cell team need? Do you have a preferred supplier or vendor for the printer purchase? And should we source the print tech? So in this case, I also did the same thing here. So I'll just take the answer that I provided. So here we go. I'll just go here. Right. See more. Great. So 3 more comments. Sorry, I'm gonna just take the information that I need. There you go. Boop. Here. So I'm Alan and I want to answer to those 3 questions. So I will say we will need 1 printer for now. And as it will be shared among the sales team, as for the supplier, we preferred office tech supplier, etc., etc. And then I will comment on the task. Now there's another rules running. So as you can see, my task is the AI is also looking at the task right now. So what it's going to do, it's the same thing that it does before. It will look into the description and all the task information in the task to make sure the information that I gave was enough to go into in progress section. So the AI is running right now. And as you can see, I will just open this one. So we will be able to see the difference. So my task is running. It goes here. I will just open this one because it went quick. I'm surprised. So that's super great. So my task is now in progress. And the other thing that you can also notice is that there's a couple of subtasks. So when it goes into in progress section, it added 5 subtasks. So the subtasks are checking inventory and budget, creation of purchase order, communication with the supplier, place the order, and then the order will be received. The other thing that happened is that you can see here the estimated time is now 24 hours. So if I want to start the timer, I can just start the timer here because I'm doing the actual process just when I have enough information. So when I'm happy with it, so I'm James, I can look into this task and I will be ready to check the inventory. When the inventory is all good, I can create the purchase order. In this case, what I will do is just choose a file here and I will download this purchase order. So I download this purchase order and the AI will also look at the new attachment that I provided in the task. And what it's going to do, it's also going to give a summary of the new attachment that I provided, but it will also identify what's the main difference between those 2 attachments. So the technical specification and the purchase order in itself. So let's open this one to show you what happened. There you go. So this is the difference. So you can see here there's a new comment, but it's exactly the same. So the attachment review, it will give the details of the first one, the technical specification, and the second one, the purchase order example. And it will also compare the 2 different attachments. So it will give some information according to the technical specification, match the printer model, in the purchase order example. However, the actual purchase request from Alan specify a preference for HP LaserJet model with slightly different requirement. Recommendation, confirm the exact printer model with the requester before proceeding with the purchase. So it's really interesting because with the comparison and the context that I provided, the AI can identify what are the disconnection between the information that I provide at the beginning in the form, but also the information that I provide in the purchase order. So if I'm satisfied and my name is James, I can now go in my 3rd task, which is communication with the supplier. So I will take my task here and I will move it into awaiting supplier info. Now my task is an approval and the task is assigned to somebody else. In this case, Michael will be the supplier. Michael received not only the task, but the task will be converted into approval, and the Asana just sent him notes saying, please review the task and the attachment purchase request in order to approve it. When Michael is ready to approve it, he can not only read the summary and the difference between the two attachments, he can also open the attachment and he can communicate with James or Alan, the submitter, if you had any question. And when he is ready to approve, he can now say, okay, I will approve this request. So when he approved the request will go back to in progress because James has to make sure that everything is in order before resolving it and also making sure he received the request. So you can see now the request was approved and reviewed by the supplier. And I added this at James. So James has a notification and he now knows that the request has been approved. The other way he can also know is that the supplier approval custom field is now yes. So if James is happy with it, he can now place the order. And when he received the order, he can also check this box and he can say, okay, this order is received. So I will just put this one into resolve section. It comes into resolve section. If I open this task, there you go here. Asana just provide another comment. So it says the purchase has been received and this is the submitter of the request. So the submitter of the request was also a collaborator, but at the end, he will also receive a notification and a comment on the task saying the purchase has been received. If for any reason the request has not been received at the right moment, if the due date is overdue, then the task will automatically go into the SLA alert. And if you click on this task, for example, you can go down, James will receive a comment saying the task is overdue, please take an action. So in this case, he will be able to take an action. If the request is resolved, then we can close the request. And if for another reason, you wanted to convert the request into a project because this is something bigger, you can just put it here in the convert to project and then the rules will be triggered and this particular task will become a project. So I will just take a short pause because I want to make sure that everybody understand the process. And if anybody has a question, don't hesitate to just write it down in the Q&A. I will be able to answer it. And if not, I will continue into the rules and going a little bit more deeper into the technical part of it.
I'm loving this, Maggie. I don't see any questions here so far,
Perfect.
but I'm loving the demo. Yeah, I think we can keep going. I'll be monitoring as well for you.
Excellent. Thank you, Marquis.
You're
So I
welcome.
know we went fast into this process, but if we go into the rules here, I will show you what I created. So the first rule is a ticket type. So as you can see, the first rule that I created is when the task is added to the project, check if, and I used a condition actually for the AI. So I asked the AI to check if all the necessary information can be found in the task description. The other thing that I will also say is set the ticket type to. So I will look into that and I will say analyze the ticket description and select the appropriate option for the custom field ticket type. So we have 4 different options. It can be purchase request, supplier issue, approval need, or other. In this case, it chose purchase request, and that's why we followed the process we saw together earlier. But if it chose it something else, then the process would have been different. The second rules that I created is also when the ticket type is changed to purchase request, check if all the required information is provided in the task description. And I added some criteria. So that's why the AI was providing three questions according to the piece of information I clearly want to see in the task description. So I asked the AI to look into the task description and make sure I have the item and service that has been requested, the quantity or the volume needed, the supplier name, or a vendor reference. So the logic is to confirm whether the ticket type is purchased and then ask three required detail as present. And then if there's some missing information, it will go into more info. So more info needed. And it will also add a comment using AI. So I asked the AI to provide three different questions. So what is the missing information? Question 1, 2, and 3. So that's why you saw this happen in this example. The third one, so the supplier approval, if there's other tickets, so it just take another route if it's supplier issue or approval needed. Validate. Last comment is that made by AI, which is important because if the AI is commenting on the task, we don't want the task to move or to be checked at the AI quality checkpoint. So I just make sure that the AI knows that if a comment is made, it's not by him. The AI quality checkpoint, so we just looked at it, but actually when it comes back to the Leanmore information and we provide comment, it needs to run the same AI features. And the last one that I wanted to show is the summarize attachment and compare. So when an attachment is added, add comment in the task. So I asked the AI to look into the most recent attachment in the task and provide a clear, concise comment summarizing their content. So the instructions are here. I want the AI to identify and describe each attachment separately. I want to summarize key point. I want to highlight any important deadlines, milestone, or dependency. Note any recommendation, collaborators, or stakeholders referenced. And if there is multiple attachment, explicitly compare and contrast them. So there is an example of the comment the AI could do. And this is a really good good practice to do, just to add some example so the AI can build the example according to what you gave him. There you go. So there are other different rules that I will not go into because there are not AI rules. But if you have any more question according to the process, I think this is a process that will really help the enterprise to reduce their manual step and be more efficient in those steps. This is customizable, so you can also create the process you want. But I was really happy to share it with you today. Thanks, Marquis. I will let you continue.
Thank you, Maggie. I love that. Thank you so much for taking the time to put that demo together. And this is one of the things that I really do really like about Asana. It's fully customizable. It's a big open box. You can really do whatever you want with it. If you can think it, we can do it. We can build it. And so that was one use case. Last month, we saw Brandon shared 3 use cases. We're continuing to develop more use cases. You watching this have use cases that you want to explore. So I'd love to know, drop it in the chat. What would you like to see moving forward? What specific use cases are there out there that we can build for you, we can demo for you? If you'd prefer it not to be in a public setting, send us an email. We'd love to connect with you one-to-one, but I'd love to see what's everyone enjoying about these demos? What do you think's missing? I'll wait for 5 seconds to see if we get any comments in the chat. I can see you out there. I can see you not typing as well. I'd love to know what you want to see in the future as it relates to AI or anything else. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right. I would love to see the ability to pull portfolio data into AI data that it can pull from. Okay, so bring portfolios into the mix. I love that. Okay, thank you for that idea. Currently, it's limited to task only. Okay, perfect. All right, we're gonna leave it there. I don't see any others. So yeah, we'll see what we can do with portfolios. We're getting more access to, like we said today, manual rule triggers. There are rules inside of portfolios. We'd love to see if maybe AI can pull and extract information from specific portfolios. So thanks for those ideas. And again, if this is something that you want to explore with your team, you're curious, you want to think, how could this apply to my business, my team's use case? We'd love to showcase that for you. So I'll leave the QR code up here on the screen. Feel free to give it a scan. Jackie, our lead project manager, will reach out to you to book a time for your team to gather some information on what you're looking to see. We'll build a customized demo for you. And then you can take it from there. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for another great month. Thank you for your business. Thank you for your trust. And thank you for joining us on this journey. We'll see you in next month's webinar. Take care, everyone.